Hello everyone. In this video, I will be discussing a few things that I have learned and display my assets that I've created throughout this course. My name is Charisma Chiney and this is my Shading and Lining 2 course reflection. So let's get started. Week 1 was all about introduction to CG materials. During this week, I learned how to create and assign materials to our assets, as well as naming conventions and file organization. I also learned how 2D textures can be applied to 3D surface. The first activity for this week, we had to use Maya preset browser to assign materials to objects in our scene to produce a render that matched a reference image. To me, this was a fun and easy start to an exciting course. The second activity for this week, we had to add textures to the windows, door hinges, bolts, and telescope to our environment project and produce a final render you see now. Week 2 was all about modifying surfaces with textures. During week 2, I learned how to research for detailed textures and reference online and use Photoshop tools for texture creation. I also learned how to export and load in texture files. With the first activity, we had to export UV snapshots, mask textures by UV shells, make tileable textures for the balcony and wall, layer paint over the wall textures, and create a normal map for the wall texture. For the second activity, we had to add materials to the stone pedestal, balcony, and wall. And lastly, we had to produce a second environment render. Week 3 was about analyzing real-world surfaces. During this week, I learned how to analyze the interaction of real-world surfaces and light and compare concepts to the tools in my 3D programs. Also, I learned about modifying basic transmissive surface properties and apply these results to a 3D model. The first activity was to discuss what I've learned about reflection versus transmission and diffusive versus specular. Then I had to use my knowledge about those to share and analyze the surface around me. For me, this was the most difficult assignment I had during this month because at first I didn't quite comprehend the physics of reflection and transmission, but as I did more research and find more examples, I started to get a pretty good understanding of this concept. The second activity, I had to create a glass material for the windows, bottles, and spear material, gemstones materials, and accent the scene with illumination. Lastly, I had to produce a render for the final look you see now. Week 4. For the final week of this course, we focus on advanced look development techniques. During this week, we had to use our knowledge we've learned from previous textures and material principles to a game engine. Also, I learned about creating different types of translucent surfaces. First activity, I had to install Substance Painter, assign materials in Painter, export textures for Painter to Unity, and record my results. Second activity, I had to add the final touches to complete my environment project, by adding flame emissive material and illumination, candle wax materials, and the vase materials. Then produce a final render to complete my environment project, as you see now. Overall, this course was a very fun and memorable experience that I have extremely enjoyed. Looking forward to learning more new and exciting things at Los Angeles Film School. Thank you, Los Angeles Film School, for this fantastic opportunity and learning experience. Thank you, Mr. Edward, for all the knowledge you have taught me throughout this course. And that is my Shading Lighting 2 course reflection. As always, thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a blessed day.